Hello, everybody. This is Jason, and this is another version off the cuff. I know there's been, or at least there's been some videos that I've seen about it. A lot of people are kind of talking about this, which is the Beatles super documentary Get Back. I'm going to talk about it a little bit too. Um, so first things first, I still stand by my stance that the Beatles are a little bit overrated. I know there's a lot of people, especially the people that grew up with the Beatles when they broke and they were the big phenomenon, that they're gonna argue with me on that. That's fine, but you know, are the Beatles a good band? Yes. Did they make lots of good albums? Yes. Did they make lots of good songs? Yes. Are they overrated? Yeah. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, everybody's mad at me now right off the bat. We'll talk about Get Back. Now, Get Back is, it's long. It's really long. It's interesting if you're a person that's ever tried to write a song or do anything, but if you're just a casual fan, I don't know how many people are going to be able to slog through that whole thing. It's like 9 hours. Even I haven't watched all of it yet. But there are some interesting things I picked up on. I didn't realize that Glenn Johns was so involved with the project, for instance, which Glenn Johns is kind of a monster producer. I mean, he's worked with some really top notch albums with Led Zeppelin, with The Who. Who's Next is one of his productions, need I say more? So he's a fantastic producer. And it was kind of interesting. Like one part, they're working on Let It Be, and he indicated to Paul to play the next two notes. So it was do, 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 do. And he was the one that was trying to get Paul to go do, do, and do the full resolution, which I thought was pretty cool, you know. I mean, so Paul didn't come up with that idea. That was a Glenn Johns idea. But I like the Beatles. I like the band. And I thought the working progress of the album, the idea of trying to write 14 completely new songs and then perform them within like 2 weeks is insane. I don't know why they thought that they'd be able to pull that out. The idea of recording a live in the studio album is not quite so insane, even though they definitely should have brought Billy Preston into the picture sooner, because when they brought Billy Preston into the picture, it was like things really warmed up a lot and it got more interesting. But it's interesting to see the songwriting process of some guys. It's also interesting to see how much of the Abbey Road medley Paul McCartney had already started working off with, like Golden's. Let's see here. I'm terrible with those song names, but he was working on that Abbey Road super medley, like Carry That Weight and a few of those other songs that kind of finish out the album. You know, but one of the songs that they played on that for some reason kind of got me wanting to fart around with it again was Two of Us, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of it. Um, if you really want like super great detailed guitar lessons, you probably want to talk to somebody else besides me. But I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and we'll see how it goes. All right. boom, 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 boom. You and I have melodies. Far Alright, and then there's the big drum beat. Boom, 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 boom. You and I have memories. Whoops, screwed it up. Alright, so this part was the part I had to look up, this little break part. I had to look up the chords for it. I could have figured it out, but it would have taken me forever. One thing about the internet is you can cheat now, so instead of having to listen to that same part over and over like 10 million times to pick out the subtlety of the chords, you can just look it up, because somebody's already done it for you. But this part, it goes to a B flat, and then it's a D minor. And according to the thing, it says it's a G minor 7th, which is like this. But it's a weird chord. I don't know about this G minor 7th. It's the one chord that they put in there that I'm kind of like, I mean, a G7 is like, I don't know. But it's a weird chord. It feels weird in there. I mean, it does sound like it's right, but it's a weird chord. It's like the weirdest chord in the whole mix. You and I have memories. Then it sounds like, to me, it sounds like it goes into an A minor. Transitions to a A minor 7, and then it goes to a D9. Now this is just for an aside, this is a really common, like a kind of a blues chord form that you can slide up and down a neck, like something like a... But yeah, I kind of like that little chord sequence though, but it's a little weird. It's like... So it's an interesting little break part. They do it twice too, which is kind of interesting. Sometimes when you do a break part like that, you'd only do it once, but they do the regular verses and the chorus, and then they go into that little break part twice. So they do, and that's kind of an interesting arrangement idea that you usually wouldn't see in something like that. With like normally this would be like a middle 8 break part that you might do just one time in a song, but they do it twice. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, the documentary is interesting. It's not the greatest thing in the world, and it's something that I almost would have rather they broke it up into like hour bits, and so I could digest it at like an hour at a time. I think that would have been more interesting for me. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I will watch the rest of it eventually, at least the part where they perform the actual concert on the rooftop. My dad reminded me that they actually did do a movie for that years and years ago that I've only ever seen once. And I kind of forgotten about that. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. My cat is getting antsy over there, so I better see what's going on with her. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you.